Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I wanted to do today a walkthrough of the African Tarot. This is not a new deck. I have no clue when it came out, to be honest. I will check in a second when we open it. It had been on my wish list. I'm sorry, my cats are arguing here. Stop it. Hey. I'm sorry. I've had this on my wish list for quite some time. However, even though I liked what I saw, one, I needed to bring it in from Amazon.com, you know, instead of locally. And secondly, even though I liked it, African Tarot, right? I mean, come on. I think because I didn't really know what it was all about in that sense, right? It wasn't clear in that sense. And I think it was like 6 months ago, a half year ago or something. It was the lovely Queen Auset from the channel Oyas Girl, who commented on one of my videos. And she actually, even though it was already on my list, but she was like, well, telling me to take a closer look at it. And it was really interesting because she had actually some background information. She told me that this deck, yeah, was inspired by the Zulu nation. The artist, Miss Victoria Iva, if I say that correct, is, well, not melanated in that sense. However, she did do some research for the background. And of what Queen Auset told me, the artist was actually inspired by a piece of cloth, which was really interesting, right? Especially, well, I mean, you've seen mine, right? My alkebulantarot, and my back was also about, well, a cloth design. So I found that really interesting, and it was really helpful for me to really make that decision then to, well, purchase it, because, well, now I had some, well, background information, you know. I mean, when we talk about the Zulu nation, the Zulu people, of course, we're gonna think about Shaka Zulu, right? I have a painted portrait of him in my Afro oracle. I mean, I think he's well known. When you talk about Zulu, Shaka Zulu will probably pop in your mind, right? But I love history, so when she gave me this information about this deck, I kind of went back in there because I'm also from the Netherlands, as I've mentioned before, right? And, well, the relationship between the Netherlands and South Africa, well, there was something there, right? So, again, I love history, and especially African history. So yes, I'm sorry, I got distracted again by the cats. So like I said, I really do love history, especially African history. And the Honorable Marcus Garvey has this quote, saying, right, that I absolutely love. He said, "A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots." And I couldn't agree more. If you do want to know more about Marcus Garvey, I do highly recommend, this is book 1 and 2 combined, The Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey. I think it's the best book ever when it comes to, well, Pan-Africanism, being proud of who you are. I hope it will fit in the screen, because I kind of zoomed in for the deck in a second. But this is definitely one of my treasures, you know. Anyway, so it is inspired by the Zulu nation, right? A little tidbit history about the Zulu nation. The ancestors of the Zulus migrated from West Africa. They migrated into the eastern parts of Africa, and this was during the Bantu migrations. This happened, if I'm not mistaken, a little bit like 2000 before Christ until like the 15th century. So the Zulu tribe expanded into a really powerful kingdom, and they settled in the region known as KwaZulu-Natal, which is present-day South Africa. So the Zulu tribe really represents the largest population of ethnic groups in South Africa. I think they're up about 10 or 11 million people. So again, that's really interested. I did put some, well, tiny little documentaries I will put in the description about the Zulu people if you're interested in their history, and well, stuff like that. Because again, history for me is very important. So the African Tarot, let's put the box aside for now. Why I found this really helpful, what the beautiful Queen Auset told me about this deck, is because in the booklet itself, this is not mentioned. After she told me this, I went on and bought my deck because I was like, okay, this is very interesting, right? I like it because what I do know, I'm not going to say that I'm an expert on the Zulu people, I'm not. However, the little bits that I do know, you know, their practices, their spiritual practices are all again based on ancestry, right? The magic and ancestry, they go hand to hand for them. And well, I'm all about ancestors. So this was very interesting for me. And I like to use this deck now a little bit like tapping into, well, the troubled part of my ancestry, of my lineage, right? Because I'm Dutch, I'm part Dutch. My mother is a Dutch woman. My father is, well, a Suriname man, right? So I do have that white ancestry, and not just, well, white ancestry, I got troubled ancestry. So when I like to use this deck is to sometimes look deeper at the ancestral traumas, right? Especially if I'm gonna look at my line. So, and in all honesty, you can use it for everything because it is pretty much, it says it here, based on the tarot interpretations of Arthur Edward Waite. So it's pretty RWS, of course, you can read with it however you want. But again, for me, it's quite interesting to bring this into an ancestral practice. I actually, yeah, here it is, because I recently used it. Even though aesthetically they're not the best, like matchy match, I do like to use them also in combination with the primordial tarot, because this too represents for me that really ancient ancestry, right? When I would do a prayer at my ancestor altar, I'm often using the names of the ancestors I know, but I also always make a mention of the ancestors that I do not know by name, right? And I love this deck for that. But since I have this, and like I said, because this feels a little bit like that troubled part of my own lineage, right? I do like to sometimes use them together, like I said, and aesthetically it might not be the most pleasing. They're very different art styles, even though I do think the colors are complementary on each other. They really read well together. And this is mass market, so that's nice, right? If you're in America, you can get this on Amazon. If you're in Europe, you can get it on Amazon.com. But definitely worth it. So, well, let's put the primordial for now aside. And let's get through it. Quick on the guidebook. I mean, it's a little white book. You got an instruction. And again, oh, introduction, I'm sorry, my words. Again, I do feel like the information that Queen Auset provided me, because she got that from the artist, right? I feel like that should be in the book, you know? If she wouldn't have told me this, I wouldn't have known. And even after buying this deck, I wouldn't have known. So I do feel that in that sense, the booklet is missing something. Again, I'm actually really grateful to Queen Auset for giving me this information. Otherwise, I might have still waited to purchase this deck. I knew I wanted it. I mean, African Tarot, come on. Is there much else to say? I would definitely want it. But I now went a little bit further to get it, well, faster. So yeah, like I said, introduction, a little bit about the deck, but again, this is about the major arcana, how that journey goes, the minor arcana, what it's representing, what it's made of, right? And again, not much about why the deck was made the way it is. Okay, anyway, spreading the cards, then you have the 3-card spread. You got some tips on becoming familiar with your deck, and then you go directly into the descriptions. So for the majors, we have a big picture, then we have a meaning, symbolism, upright, reversed. When we go to the minors, let's go to the minors here. So the minor arcana, you got a little snippet on the suit of wands, and then we're gonna get some smaller ones. So we have the meaning, symbolism, upright, reversed, but much more, well, like a synopsis, right, of what it is about. So when you go into a different suit, you do get that little snippet of the suit, right? Spears would be swords in this one, air. And then it continues like that. And that is also the last page. So even though the booklet is, I mean, it's okay, right? Even for a beginner, I think you could definitely work with this. I'm not gonna deny, because here I even have the comment she made, about this. I actually printed it out so I can have it in the book, you know. Okay, so enough about that. Let's go through them to show you directly without showing you too much. The majors have a black border. The suit of wands has a red border. The cups has a blue border. Spears, which is swords, has a white border, and then discs, earth, has a green border. So you do directly, once you put them, you know, you can directly see, well, what you have. So that's nice. Okay, let's go through them and see what's what. So the Fool, we have here the Fool. I do love the yellow about the sun right here. And all the borders and the colors are amazing. I love all of them. You do have on top here the number and then the title. So yeah, this is the Fool. I do love that we have spears definitely in this deck instead of swords, because spears was one of the main weaponry of the Zulu people, especially in, well, in that time, right? So the Magician, I love the purples and the reds, and you see the borders, the inner borders are all different, but again, it definitely brings something out. The High Priest. So yeah, the art is of course very different, right? I mean, we don't really have a face in that sense. It's a very different type of art style, and I don't think if this was a white deck I might have actually chosen it. I'm actually glad that I did now, because I am trying to, well, reach out a little bit of my normal aesthetics, right? And venture out a little bit. So yeah, with here you see the High Priestess. I mean, we do have the pillars, but they're both black and white almost, right? I mean, there's gray and there's some soft pinks, it almost looks like, and blues, but you get the drift. And I do like that they combine them here. It's because it's not always all black and white, right? And it's a little bit like the there is white in the black and there's black in the white in that sense, right? So I do enjoy that. And then she really pops out in all that color. So that's really beautiful. The Empress, I love it. Even though in this art style, I do see all that earth behind her, right? The fields and everything. So yes, I really enjoy that. Very beautiful. The Emperor, really seated, right? You see the rocks. Again, different art style, but you definitely pick up on what you're seeing. So you see the rocks, you see him really seated and rooted in his power. I love the clothes here too, by the way. I'm sorry. The fabrics, right? The African fabrics. and I'm expecting this to be Zulu fabrics. But yeah, it's beautiful. It really brings you in, you know. The Hierophant. We have the middle person here, and then we have here the two, well, worshippers almost, right? We got the double keys here. I do wish that they kept that maybe a little bit more in the Zulu historical kind of things, you know. But yeah, I mean, we do see here the rams and stuff, so yeah, it's definitely RWS, just with a touch of Africa, right? The Lovers. This actually looks more like a bird. I don't know if that's it. Do they even say? Because yeah, I didn't really grab the book until now, so let me see. Okay, that's weird. They really talk about the people, not really about that. No, okay, so they don't really mention that. Later on, I will see if we can pull a card from all different suits, and I will give you a snippet of the booklet, you know. The Chariot, I love that these are zebras, you know. I mean, I think the lion would be an easy choice in that sense, right? Or the Sphinx, but they made it zebras, and I absolutely adore that. Because we know we're going to get a lion somewhere in Strength, right? Yep, there she is. So that's Strength. Strength is here at number 8. Justice at 11. Again, really RWS. Yeah, I love the picture. It's almost like he's having a smile, so that's really beautiful. Number 9, the Hermit. Yeah, I love that he's outside, not per se in a cave. I do like a cave hermit, but I love that he's just almost like on top of the mountain, having this view, right? He has his lantern, but at the same time the stars are guiding him. Definitely enjoy this. The Wheel of Fortune. I'm assuming it's a Zulu mask. I really hope that. And this almost looks like a turkey, which is kind of funny. We have the lion and the bull, and of course the wheel. There's a snake in it. There's a lot going on, but it's perfect for a Wheel of Fortune, right? Number 11, Justice. I love that it's not the standard balance, but this is the balance. Muppy, move! But yet she is holding them up as that balance, right? And then we have the spear here. So it's a little bit different, but again, I'm enjoying it. And in all honesty, there's so much going on. I mean, there's a crying eye here. And especially when you think about South Africa, apartheid, you know what I mean? Justice is a sensitive card in that sense, right? This is why I say I think it's important to know your history, right? Even when working with a deck like this, I think it gave so much more clarity by knowing that it was based or inspired by the Zulus, because the crying eye, it could make sense in any kind of justice card, but knowing that it's the Zulu nation, then it makes even a little bit more sense, right? So yes, this is the the Hangman, number 12. Again, he's hanging on the tree. We see, we almost have a view, right? Pretty traditional, but again, I do love all the colors. Death, it almost gave me a little bit of a Marseille kind of feeling, and it's more about, well, the skeletons on the ground. The sun is either rising or setting, both is possible, right? But yeah, we have the person in black. We have the scythe, we call it, right? It makes a perfect death card. Everything we need to have. Temperance we have here. I love that she's in the water, and this big kind of jug, right? I don't think it's a gourd, but it's a jug, is having this flow, right? So I really enjoy that. We do see feathers here. Normally we have the angel, right? But it doesn't feel like they're her wings. I don't know why, but they're there. They're there. Beautiful card. Nothing to complain. The devil. Yeah, it's this is what sometimes I find difficult, because the devil is such a European concept, at least the way we see this here, you know. And then especially when we're talking about certain tribal perspectives, when we go in a deck like this, that it kind of feels a little bit out of sort, right? Of course, Christianity and the view of that devil, right, was brought to all different parts of the world. It still feels a little bit out of place. However, the devil, the two people here bound but binding themselves, right, it has everything it needs to have. Again, it's just for me that I find it, yeah, it doesn't really fit in this Zulu kind of deck, you know. But that might just be me. That might just be me. The tower, which is great. It's also the cover of the box. So we're pretty familiar by that time with this, you know. But again, it has everything it needs to have, right? And again, I'm such a fan of these colorful borders, you know. They're so awesome. The star, again, she's by the water. I love that she's holding it on her head. Really traditional, right? At least African traditional, not tarot deck traditional. So I really love that, because it really feels like, again, culturally appropriate, you know. Again, love the card. The moon, we just see the wolf, the dog, and, well, the crawfish or something. It brings all these elements back, right? So a clear moon card. The sun, again, I love my zebra there, and you have what looks like a child on top of it, yeah, but not the horrible six-pack creepy ass baby, right? This much better. We have the flowers, the sun, I mean, everything is there. Definitely a good sun card. Judgment, we have two people here, we have a person here, we have, well, one drumming, you know. The last drum is sounding, right? It's judgment time. But yeah, I find it sometimes funny with these kind of cards, right, how that Christian concept is then packed into, well, in this case, an African kind of deck, right? Sometimes it feels slightly off, and others, yeah, I need to put that aside and really just see it like, okay, but it's a tarot. It's just based on the RWS, right? But yeah, judgment. And then we have the world. I love the world. I love the colors here too. You have Aquarius, Scorpio, or, well, the eagle, right? I never get that. Why is Scorpio an eagle? We're a water sign. Why does it have wings? I never get it. I'm sorry. I'm on a tangent, you know. I don't get it. Yeah. I always don't like it. Maybe because I am a Scorpio. I really want to see that here, you know. But yeah. Anyway, moving on. We have the lion. And this is not like the bull, right? The Taurus. It almost more looks like I don't know, a ram or something. Capricorn, maybe? I don't know. It doesn't look like a bull to me. But okay. I mean, the world card, it's pretty obvious, right? Nothing wrong with the world card. Even if we don't look at the details, we will know this is the world. Okay, so that is the majors. Okay, let's do, I mean, we can put them together later, but let's just pick one randomly. And then I will read you. Oh, okay, well, there we go. It wanted to be the world. Okay, let's see. The worlds. Yeah, so we have a big picture, well, at least for the booklet, right? Then we have the meaning. The world represents the ending of a cycle to prepare for a new repeating journey for the fool, us. The world as an archetype is the 21st encounter for the fool, showing us that life is constantly changing and that we are meant to build on our experiences. In this ending is another beginning. Then symbolism. A figure stands within the ringed garland that represents the endless cycle and journey of life. 4 images represent the 4 fixed signs of the zodiac. Taurus, oh well, it's apparently a bull, yeah. Taurus the bull, Leo the lion, Scorpio the eagle, still don't get it, and Aquarius the water bearer. Mark the 4 corners of the card and the balance of the 4 elements, earth, fire, water, and air. So upright, fulfillment, completion, conclusion, the sum of your efforts and success. And then reversed, stagnation, failure, and final obstacle. Okay. So I think for even a beginner, right, you can really get the gist of it in that sense. Okay, let's put these aside. Let's go into wands. So again, I think the inner ones here, yeah, see, they're all the same. You see that inner border? Here in the majors, we had a black outside and then we had different kind of inside borders. I hope that shows up a little bit. In the suits, it will stay the same, at least per suit. So in the wands, it's this and so forth, you know. So we have here the Ace of Wands. I think, again, pretty self-explanatory. The 2 of Wands, definitely very RWS, but again, with an African twist, I like it. The 3 of Wands. Here, I always feel like it's almost the same person, right? I mean, even the clothing and stuff. But yes. The 4 of Wands. The 5 of Wands. I love that it's done in this pentacle kind of way, you know. The 6 of Wands. I love that my elephant is here. I really like that one. 7 of Wands. Again, really RWS, but with the African twist. 8 of Wands. Yeah, really, really RWS, right? I can almost say without the African twist, but yeah. 9 of Wands. And then the 10 of Wands. I like, because in the RWS, this is really like the burden part, right? And I like that he or she is still standing strong, right? Keep on moving, because I do read the 10 a little bit different. But yeah, I enjoy that. Then we have the Page of Wands. The Knight of Wands. I love that the lion is the one that's written here. I don't know, in all honesty, about the Zulu. I do know that in Ethiopia, especially royalty, you know, they rode on lions. Well, the way Europeans and stuff ride on horses, right? They rode lions. I mean, you gotta be fierce, yeah, to sit on the back of a lion. I mean, I might try it if they were tame. I still would maybe pee my pants, but it would be cool. So the Queen of Wands. I love the dress and even the bow in her hips in that sense, you know. Well, nice. And the King of Wands. Okay, shall I do that again with this? Okay, let's do it again. I mean, we could do it at the end, but why not? Why not? Why not? Let's see, because yeah, with the minors, it's definitely less, right? Okay, so the 7 of Wands. Let me take this out for a sec. 3, 4, 8, 7. So that's this one here. So the meaning, you are right. Hold your ground. Any lack of integrity will be your downfall. Symbolism. A figure stands on a rock on the high ground and defends himself. As he is above all the others, he is in the right position. Upright, courage and valor. Reversed, treachery and lack of conviction. So again, this is really a snippet, but I still believe that it could be a beginner deck. Well, maybe not a study deck in the beginning, but even for beginners, this would be workable. Okay, Ace of Cups. I would have loved to see some gourds here, but again, that's me. Ace is pretty standard, right? The Two of Cups. I do like that. Even though, one second. Yeah, it almost looks like a lion in there, but I might be mistaken. But yeah, I mean, again, something we know, right? This imagery. The Three of Cups. And again, here you see the inner borders. They're all the same. I do love the skirts with all of them, you know. It's like, yeah, it's beautiful. Four of Cups. I love the position. Five of Cups. Yeah, the thing is, because of the border here, you don't almost see those two cups here. So these are fallen, but you have two cups here that are standing upright. And because of this border, you hardly see that. I do feel like they should have shifted that a little bit more to the top. Because you're kind of missing the two here. Even here, you still see them, but yeah, like a part of them is covered. But here at least you see them. Here you really needed to look like, okay, where are those other two cups? But yeah, that's a design thing. It is what it is. Six of Cups. I love that it's not just children. I love that it's like a mother and a child. So I really like this because this is like a card I'm always watching in a deck. And again, I'm really enjoying this one. So happy with the hands up, right? Yeah, very beautiful. I like that. The Seven of Cups, all the possibilities, right? I mean, again, definitely RWS. Eight of Cups, the walking away, right? Some things might not serve us. We need to leave behind emotionally, right? So, again, beautiful. Nine of Cups. I like this. And again, I love these skirts and the colors. 10 of Cups, the happy family. Really enjoyed this one too. And again, I'm loving the skirts here. We have here the Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. I love that the elephant is in my water suit. Really, really love that. Queen of Cups. I think she's beautiful. I love the print. It's almost like a tiger print, right? I mean, tigers are not in Africa, but it's almost like a tiger print almost. Still enjoy it though. King of Cups. Again, isn't he beautiful? I feel like because here with her the waters are relatively calm, right? But with him it's almost like they're waves and it's very busy, and yet he is very rooted in his seat, right? As the king. So I really enjoy that. Okay, let's do the game again. The 10 of Cups. That's so fun. Okay, let's see. Oh, wait. Yes, here. So we have the 10. Where is the 10? It's here. Okay, so it's this one. So the meaning, profound joy in relationship. Okay, it says relationship. I feel like it should be relationships. Profound joy in relationship is what you need or need to appreciate if you have it. Okay, that's a really weird sentence. Profound joy in relationships is what you need to appreciate Happiness with the partner is key. Okay, this is a really weird sentence. I'm sorry. A couple, or symbolism then, a couple with 2 children raise their hands in celebration below a rainbow with 10 cups. Family represents the fulfillment of partnership. Upright, mature love and blessed union. Reversed, disagreements and unhappiness in relationships. Or relationship. In a the wording here is really, really wrong. But you can figure it out. So when you read it, even though it's wrong, you can still figure out what it means. I mean, that can happen, right? Okay, so then we go to air, which is spears, or, well, again, swords, right? So, Ace of Spears. I do love that it's spears. And I like this. Even the spear has its color, the feathers, right? I really like that. 2 of Spears. I think that's a beautiful one. I love the greens again in her dress. And even that soft green in the background. I mean, here you see it too. It's one of my favorite greens, so I love it. The 3 of Spears. Yeah, the Spears in a heart is never really my favorite because I really don't read that card like that. However, I know what to do with it, right? And I do love that it's all very colorful here and it's just a drawn heart, right? We can work with this. And again, we see the borders here are all the same within as well. 4 of Spears. I love the way he's resting, you know. And then you see here, this is what I mean with this kind of border. You don't even see this spear. You see it? What I mean? I hope you can see it, because there's like this little thing here that you can still see the spear, but yeah, you need to kind of guess, because it's like the outside are the 4 spears, but we're kind of missing it because of this border. It should have been brought a little bit up where it was possible. It was not that it's not possible, you know. Okay, 5, the 5 of Spears. Yeah, for me, this is, the 5s are a little bit like that conflict, right? And honestly, I don't really feel that in here, but I can still go there. And again, I'm loving the dresses and stuff. They're amazing. And I think the part that I'm not really enjoying about this one, okay, again, with modesty, but still, because we have a lot of earth in the back. I would have loved to see maybe more air, because even though he's resting here, these are all very, well, we can get there, but because I don't even see that conflict, and then there's all this earth, I don't know, I feel like I'm missing something in this one. But again, the skirt all makes it up. The 6, very, well, what we used to in the Rider-Waite-Smith, right? So I do enjoy that. Again, I'm loving it. I'm going to keep saying that because I love the dresses here. So yeah, the 6 of Spears. 7 of Spears. Again, very beautiful. 8 of Spears. I mean, you see the bounding here, but he can get out of it, right? Or she. I think it's a she because the dress is up. She can get out of it. 9 of Spears, the Nightmare card. I cannot help but loving the red, gold and green arrows. The Zulu flag, I think it was until the 18 something. I will search for it. If I can find it, I will put it in the description or in the screen. Was actually, the flag was actually yellow, green, red, if I'm not mistaken. Yellow, green, red, which is very similar to, well, Rasta and other African countries. But I found it interesting. I think it changed later, the flag. Again, I will look for it. If I can find it, I will put it in the screen. And if I think about it. Sometimes I forget with editing. The 10 of Spears. Yeah, he's definitely dead. I don't like the 10 of Swords, you know, in this way. But yeah, it's the RWS way. So RWS way, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? But yeah, he kind of did. Okay, Page of Spears. I think it's beautiful. The Knight of Spears. We got my beloved zebra there again, so definitely loving that. The Queen of Spears. I mean, she's beautiful. She's fierce, right? She's in her on her throne, and don't even mess with her. So I like. It's almost like you see this hand, like she's calling somebody out, right? Like, you come here. Okay. If she would do that to me, I might feel like I'm in trouble. It's beautiful though. And the King of Spears, again, really rooted in his seat right, in his power. Really like that. Okay, well, we will do it one more time. Let's see. Four of Spears. Oh, I didn't do any, maybe, I'm sorry. Maybe let's do, okay, the page was first. Let's do a court card, right? Because I don't think we did that yet. So the page. Let me see. Okay, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there. Okay, so this one, the page, right? Meaning lots of ideas, but no focus. Great energy for generating new thoughts, but eventually choices must be made. Symbolism. A young warrior has a spear, but does not know how to hold it properly or throw it yet. Upright, curious and excited. Reversed, easily distracted and unfocused. See, this is where I'm kind of having a little bit of a problem, right? Because when you read the meaning, the upright, right? Curious and excited. So this is about, well, learning, right? And then when they talk, it's a little bit like, well, here in the end note, when they say to hold it properly or throw it yet, right? But it leans a little bit more into the negative way, like, oh, he don't know what to do, you know? But for me, the pages are about learning, right? Learning new things. But yeah, again, because it's RWS, you can definitely ignore the booklet if you want to. At the same time, I do want you to know what's in there, you know? Okay, so we did the suit of air. Excuse me. Or, well, spears, right? So the last one is discs. So this is the 8 of discs. This is a hand. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to see up close. I don't know how it will translate on camera. And there is, well, a disc in there, a pentacle. 2 of discs. Yeah, I'm gonna keep repeating myself. I'm loving the clothes here. The 3 of discs. It's almost like she's on a trumpet or something. I don't know. Did they write something about that? Let's check really quick. Because I never really use the booklet because I'm not an RWS reader in that sense. I'm gonna tree, well, a figure prepared to get the disc down with the guidance of a third figure, yeah, who plays music. Okay, that's nice. So really, yeah, with the music, yeah, they want to get it down, and they are guiding them to get it down with music. I like that. 4 of discs. Again, we gonna have this trouble because I'm seeing 1, 2, 3. Maybe this is 4 on his head. It doesn't look like it. I'm missing a 4th pentacle, which is possible that is here behind the border. I don't know for sure. 5 of discs. Now here we definitely see that conflict in the 5s, right? 6 of discs. I love how there is this scale here. It's almost like we're gonna share, but we're gonna share equally. You know what I mean? So this is definitely a beautiful extra thing here. I'm really liking that. 7 of discs. I love the head tire with the feathers, and yeah, everything is beautiful. Eight of Discs. I love the drum. And here in the background you do have the Pentacles. And here on top. Nine of Discs. Very RWS, but definitely beautiful. And the 10 of Discs, again, that family. And here again with the hands in the air, right? I really enjoy that. The white beard on the male. Yeah, definitely enjoy this. And then we have the Page of Discs. The Knight of Discs on a rhino. I mean, that's awesome. Queen of Discs. I love her, again, her dress. Even the head attire, you know, really beautiful. And then the King of Discs. Okay, let's do one from this, even though I did check out with the trumpet kind of thing, you know, but I don't think I really read that one out loud. Let's give it a try. Okay, so the 9 of Discs. I do love me some 9 energy, because 9 for me is really dynamic energy, so I like that. Okay, so that's here. The meaning: focus on your purpose and use it to attain the wealth you desire. Be your best to earn the most. Symbolism: a regal woman has 9 discs around her, representing her wealth and accomplishments. The bird on the elbow is also a sign of her success. Then upright: financial independence and empowerment, and reversed, egotism and pride. Again, definitely very RWS, right? Okay, so yeah, I've been having this deck now, I think 5 months, because I think it was 6 months or so that the lovely Queen Auset gave me the inspiration to really get it, you know, especially because she had some information on the background, which was interesting. So in those 6 months, of course, I also had other decks coming in, decks of myself coming in, right, that I really played with. However, I did play with this deck, and again, me personally, you know, because I'm not an RWS reader, I find it sometimes a little bit limiting if the imagery is too RWS, you know. However, with this one, I really don't mind. I've been reading now out of the booklet, and I think it's the first time I ever used the booklet. Well, the second time. I think when I got it, I was really looking forward to reading about the Zulu inspiration, which was not there in the book, you know. And then I pretty much had enough of the book. Because this is what I actually wanted to know, and that information was not in there. So again, I want to thank the lovely Queen Auset for giving me that information, because that really made me want to get the deck, you know. So yeah, did I show them? Well, I've shown them, but I may not have said it. These are the lovely backs. I think it's like this linen like cardstock or linen core. I don't know. I have no clue. But they shuffle lovely. So for me, like I said, the fact that it was Zulu, and the Zulu people itself are very into ancestral practices and spirituality, right? So for me, this is a deck I use in a very specific way, yeah, but in my ancestry practice. Of course, everybody is free to use it however they want it, and I think especially if you do read RWS, it might actually fit you even better, because this could be, I think, an everyday deck, but instead of an RWS, right? Instead of all the white people in the RWS, yeah, you can have an RWS. Oh, did I? Yeah, I did. Shit. Did I do that just now? Okay, that sucks. I'm sorry. I might go over there with a marker. Shit. But yeah, like I said, instead of having that white RWS, which still is for me an awesome deck, because Pamela Coleman Smith, you know, she was raised in Jamaica and had an Ghana ancestry. But I think it's a great deck. I have no complaints. Like I said, not really the biggest fan of the book, because for me, a lot of their of what I wanted to know is not there, you know. But again, for the tool, the deck, this is what we use, right? Itself, I absolutely love it. I love the colors. I love the background now that I know it. Now that I know it. So yeah, there's nothing that I don't like about this deck. Well, I'm not liking that I just broke a card. Not really a fan of that. Okay, where is that card? Did I shuffle again? Okay, I'm stupid. Anyway, okay, now I'm messing up. I'm sorry. So yes, the deck is amazing. I love everything about it. It handles well. It's a normal standard tarot size, you know. And yeah, all these things, they don't really matter to me in all honesty, so this is why I'm not thinking what I can say more. If I miss anything and you have questions, please feel free to put them in the description. I will answer them if possible, you know. But yes, I love this deck. Really enjoy it. Like I said, for me it really was really, I put it, you know, in a very specific practice. But like I said, at the same time, if you are RWS reader, yeah, you can use this as an everyday deck. And again, I think you will enjoy it in that sense. Okay, so again, I have no clue what else I could tell you about it, yeah, except that, again, definitely love it. Zulu inspired. Oh, I do have something. Wait 1 second. Yes, okay. So I want to show you with what I pair it, because that too is very specific. I pair it, I love to pair this, and this is mass market, with Ancient Animal Wisdom, because, well, I'll show you. Give me a second. This is a deck based on no, not based on, it's animals, but from Zambia. Yeah, the language, what was the language again? Nyanja, if I say that correct, is the main local language spoken in many areas of Zambia. So there are not too many cards. I think there are 36 cards. But then, for example, here, number 9, you have Now Crocodile, which is awareness. But between them, you have the language, the Zambia language, which is a translation of the title, the Now Crocodile. And I cannot say that. Ngwenya. Maybe I said it correct. I don't know. And then you have a thing. I'm not usually the biggest fan if there are no keywords on my cards, but with this one I can make an exception. Like I said, there are 36 cards. The deck is definitely not huge, but it has a very weird art style, which kind of fits the African tarot. Okay, let me put it. And the colors are amazing. Of course we're gonna have the zebra. Of course we're gonna have the zebra. I have mentioned that I like the zebras in the African tarot, so of course we're gonna have the zebra. Okay, let me split this up and then we will go through them a little bit so you can see what I mean. For me, this is like the perfect match. Yeah, these two definitely I love together. So yeah, like I said, normally I would not like this, but because it's based on Africa, right, Zambia, I kind of need to go with it. So this is number 4. So the mountain zebra is opportunities. And then we have the 10 of discs and the 7 of, well, spears, swords. You kind of get the picture, right? Okay, let's do a few for you can see. The gazelle. And this too has a kind of border, but all different colors. And the colorations match the African tarot so well. Okay, I don't know about the tiger. Is that a tiger? Is that a real, like, tiger? Tiger, burning bright. Yeah, that's something else, huh? I need to see because... Yeah, okay. Anyway, I was not a big fan of the person here, because for the rest there are no people in this deck, you know. But yeah, we can live with it. The leopard. See what I mean with the colorations? The lilac-breasted roller. Never heard of that animal until I had this deck. Oh. Cheetah, of course. I love me some cheetah. With the Two of Cups here. See, I love me some cheetah. So, literally, right? The eye looking within. I love me some cheetah. I don't think that's really what it meant, but we're gonna go with it. The elephant. So you can see that even, I mean, not everything, right? But the animals shown in here, you're gonna see back in here, which I really enjoy. But the colorations, the weird kind of art style, right? Because, okay, the elephant was still okay. But even the cheetah, I don't know. It's not like I know it's a cheetah, but something is like, no, it's not a cheetah. So it's like a little bit weird. The Chifet. Did I say that correctly? So I really like these two together. Wildebeest or GNU. What does wildebeest mean? I want to see. 1 second. 28. Oh, we got 38 cards. Yes, see, 38. And this was 28. Let's see. Travel. Oh, that's kind of funny. Look at that, travel. And then we have the Six of Swords or Spears and the High Priest. It's almost like a traveling through the veil, right? Oh, very interesting. Like I said, these decks, they work amazing together. Not only aesthetically, you know, they actually work amazingly together. So I really like that. Again, I'm just not a fan that I need to look for the keyword in a book. But with this one, we will make an exception because they go together so well. So yes. But, oh yeah. It says animal, ancient animal, but there are some tree cards here. This is the baobab tree. Very African, of course, so definitely love that. And then we have a weird one. The sausage fruit tree. I didn't hear of that one until I got this deck. But that name alone, it's bringing a lot of joy. Penguin. See, even with this, I kind of like that black and white border almost, you know, because it's like bringing that in or something. I don't know. These two decks, they're really fun to go with together. Of course, the Black Rhino, we see it in the Earth card, right? The Knight. So, yes. Very cool, very cool. Chameleon. I love that it has all these colors because normally, okay, not in these two, but normally all these fun colors are popping back up in the clothes and stuff, right? So that's really fun. Owl. And yeah, like I said, the art style is a little bit quirky, but so is the African tarot. The colorations really matched. I mean, they even have border things going on. Yeah, these two, I cannot help it. I really wish we had the keywords. I might actually get an extra deck and try to put the keywords on it. I mean, in all honesty, I've been going now for some time without it, but I might, because this deck really isn't expensive. I think I got it for €13 like years ago. But yes, aren't they beautiful? And yeah, that really brings that African back, right? I mean, of course, Zulu, South Africa, Zambia, it's a little bit of a different thing, right? But I'm still enjoying these two together immensely. They're amazing. So, well, I think this was it then, right? Do I have anything else? I don't think I have anything else. If you have the deck, please let me know what you think about it. If you don't have it, is it something you still want, or is there a reason where you're like, yeah, not really? Again, I would really love to know. So yes, this was the African tarot. Oh, let me put this oracle back. So for those who have the African tarot and kind of enjoy this pairing, this is the Ancient Animal Wisdom deck, written by Stacey James and Jada Fire, artwork by Jada Fire. So again, mass market, it's readily available in your Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, whatever, you know. You will definitely find this one. So that is a great pairing. And this, oh my god, did I mix them up? Or did I just have them upside down? No, I mixed them up. Why did I do that? Can I change it? Wait, 1 second, people. 1 second. I need a minute. Give me a minute. I think this is okay. I will check in a second. Okay, so this was the walkthrough of the African Tarot. Again, I will have in the description, of course, a link to Queen Auset's channel, Oya's Girl. I think most of you will know her. I mean, right? She's kind of a legend for me. But she always has very interesting walkthroughs of beautiful decks, you know. Definitely check out her channel. I also will put in the description some fun documentaries I've watched over the years on YouTube, you know, about the Zulu migration. Which again might be interesting if you're interested in this deck. If you maybe have the deck and you didn't know this information, it might actually be interested to really make that connection to the deck, you know. Because for me, the fact that Queen Auset really gave me that information, it opened it up. You know what I mean? Like it really made me look at this deck with different eyes. So again, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the description down below. And even if I don't know the answer, I will at least respond that I don't know the answer. So I will definitely answer you. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. I'm sorry. And I hope to see you all again. You know what to do. You need to be kind. Yeah, you need to be safe. And of course, stay blessed. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.